Are you looking for the best smartphone? In this video, we will look at one of the best smartphone on the market. Before we get started with our video, Xiaomi unveiled its new flagship series last Sunday and sales started this Wednesday. This is only the second mainstream phone to use the 1-inch Sony IMX989 sensor after the Vivo X90 Pro Plus from earlier. Before that it was featured on the China-only Xiaomi 12S Ultra and the Sharp Aquos R6, which is similarly limited in availability. The 13 series also brings an official IP rating for the first time, IP68, of course, as is befitting a flagship. There is no light model this time, it's just the vanilla and the Pro. While we're still waiting on Xiaomi to detail international availability, let's take vote on these two. The Xiaomi 13 Pro is clearly king of the hill with a much improved camera setup. The 50MP main camera is effectively the same as on the 12S Ultra, which was one of the best camera phones that we have tested this year. The 13 Pro also updates the telephoto camera with a longer lens, 75mm, up from 48mm. The ultra-wide and selfie cameras are the same. The 6.73 QHD LTPO 120Hz display is effectively the same too, though Xiaomi boosted the maximum brightness to 1200 nits, up to 1900 nits for HDR videos. The other big upgrade in this generation is, of course, the chipset, a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 with faster Lpddr5x Ram, 8/12 of a gigabyte, and UFS 4.0 storage, 128/256, 512 gigabytes. Xiaomi managed to squeeze in a bit extra battery capacity, 4820 mAh, up from 4600 mAh, and used the Surge G1 chip to enable 120W wired and 50W wireless charging. The extra capacity is nice since the 12 Pro didn't have the best battery life in 128ths of a gigabyte. Xiaomi 13 Pro will run you 5,000 Chinese yuan in China, which converts to $720 per €675 per 59,000 rupees. For comparison, the 12 Pro launched at 4,700 Chinese yuan for the same memory capacity and 5,000 Chinese yuan for an 8/256 of a gigabyte unit. The 8/256 of a gigabyte phone was priced $1,000 when it rolled out globally, so you can expect the 13 Pro to cost around the same. Let's scout the competition. The Vivo X90 Pro Plus also uses the 1-inch IMX989 sensor. It has a longer 90mm tele lens with a 6.4MP sensor, a second tele lens for portraits, 50MP, 50mm, and a 4.8MP ultra-wide module, all three developed alongside Zeiss. The 6.78 LTPO 120Hz display is similar, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 is the same, the 4700 mAh battery with 80W wired and 50W wireless charging holds its own too. The X90 Pro Plus costs more than the Xiaomi as it starts at 6,500 Chinese yuan for a 12/256 of a gigabyte unit. This is the lowest configuration available. The iQOO 11 Pro has a more basic camera setup, 50MP 1/1.49 main, 13MP 2x tele and 50MP 150° ultrawide, but it features a faster 144Hz 6.78 QHD Plus display, LTPO panel, and even faster 200W wired, and 50W wireless charging. It is powered by the 8 Gen 2 as well. This phone matches the Xiaomi pricing at 5,000 Chinese yuan, but this is with extra storage, 256 gigabytes. Well, if you are in the market for a flagship, will you consider the Xiaomi 13 Pro? Vote below or using this page. The vanilla Xiaomi 13 one-ups its predecessor with a telephoto camera. It has the same 75mm focal length as on the Pro, however, it only features a smaller 10MP sensor. The ultra-wide module is downgraded as well, down to 12MP. It would have been really cool if the vanilla model also packed a 1-inch sensor, but that is not the case. Instead we get a mild upgrade over what the 12 offered with a 50MP 1/1.49 sensor, OIS, and a slightly brighter f1.8 aperture. The Xiaomi 13 stands out with its size. It measures 152.8 by 71.5 by 8.0 mm, the smallest of any Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 phones so far. It has a 6.36 display, making it a tad bigger than its predecessor, which was narrower to 69.9mm. The base price for the Xiaomi 13, 8/128 of a gigabyte, is 4,000 Chinese yuan, $575 per €540 per 47,500 rupees. Its predecessor was 3,700 Chinese yuan at launch, again 300 Chinese yuan cheaper. When it arrived the international scene, the 8 128ths of a gigabyte model was $750. The iQOO 11 is just as huge as the Pro with the same 144Hz 6.78 LTPO display, and it has the same chipset. The main differences are the ultra-wide camera down to an 8MP shooter, and the battery, 5000 mAh, 120W wired, no wireless charging. It is a bit cheaper too at 3,800 Chinese yuan for the base 8 128ths of a gigabyte model. This one starts at 3,800 Chinese yuan, undercutting the vanilla Xiaomi 12 pricing. The Vivo X90 is another huge option with a 6.78 display, 1220p class resolution, 120Hz refresh rate. The camera setup is similar to the iQOO with a 50MP main sensor, 1/1.49, 12MP 2x tele and 12MP ultrawide. Charging the 4,810 mAh battery is down at 120W over a wire, there is no wireless option. This one is powered by MediaTek's Dimensity 9200 instead of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 like the others. The X90 is the cheapest option here with a 3,700 Chinese yuan price tag. If you are looking to get a new flagship phone, will it be the Xiaomi 13? Vote below or using the